What's going on, guys? Happy Cinco de Mayo, whatever the fuck. I'm actually half Mexican, and I don't even know what it's about. So I guess you could say I'm a disgrace. Just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. Fucking. With that being said, I had some Mexican food and it was so good. I'm so full. And even if it wasn't Cinco de Mayo, I would still have Mexican food, so it really has nothing to do with it. It's just a good excuse for me. But yeah. Whew. It's a good day. You know, it's a cloudy day, but it's a sunny day. And it's a windy day. And it looks like the clouds are so weird, bro. It looks like it's gonna rain, but it's not. Because I looked at the weather, so I mean, I'm trusting it. But you know what I've noticed? I mean, the collective's always crazy sometimes, but I've noticed when there's not a lot of sun, like on cloudy days, the collective seems to be very hectic, you know. People are irritated because they're receiving less sunlight. Sunlight's very balancing and grounding for people. You know, you need that vitamin D. So if you're not getting it, you'll get moody. But then again, the collective it's not really, you know, on any day, no matter what, there's people who are, you know, irritated and road raging and very much in the 3D, so it's whatever. But it's more amplified, it seems, when there is less sun. Hey, look, it's like a little goat over there. Can't really see it, like right there. Oh yeah, it's cute. Anyways though, hope your guys' day is good. I'm going to a spot that I've been to before, but I don't really go to a lot, so I'm gonna go there. Just taking a breather, you know. Sometimes too, if you're around, let's say you live in a house where like someone's toxic. If you're around them for so long, you're gonna, because everything's connected, you're gonna absorb their energies and like you're empathic, right? But as long as you're aware that that's them and not you, that's what matters. Just don't identify with it or absorb it or take it on as your own. But what really does help is to just do what I'm doing right now. Get outside, you know, get yourself out of that environment so that you can separate yourself from it and breathe. Like, that's why I love walking, because it's so therapeutic, it's so meditative, it connects to your breath. You know, you're able to just clear your mind and exercise. It's a win-win, exercising, clearing your mind, and it's great. It's really good. And it's a great way to quantum visualize. So like as you're walking, you know, visualize your manifestations. Just quick visualize that shit, you know. Shift into that timeline, that version of you. That's what I'm doing. I'm not just listening to music, but I'm also quantum visualizing. And I've been doing it in a way automatically, intuitively, you know, subconsciously. So it's a neat thing. So always do that, you know. But obviously don't just visualize. Act on it. It's all connected. So yeah. Horse is not out today, is he? Bob. Yeah, there's Bob. He's underneath the shade over there. Can't really see him. But yeah, Bob's over there. It's so cute though. Every time I come over here, I've noticed sometimes there's like a little farm, like a border collie. You know what I've noticed? I guess they're farm dogs, right? Because I deliver in an area that looks like this, a farm in Ranchi, and they literally, almost every place I've been to, they either have a German Shepherd, a Husky, or a Border Collie. And the Border Collies, I think, are farm animals, like farm dogs. So they're so cute though. Or Australian Shepherds, yeah, exactly. They're always, it's either you go to an area like this, I'll be delivering, and it's always like a fucking Border Collie or an Australian Shepherd, or both. I guess they're just farm dogs. I will say though about the weather, I like how my intros are just me ranting. But like, I do like when it's cloudy and windy like this because it does give a different vibe. Like sometimes it feels so good you get teary-eyed, you know? It's like that. Oh, look, it's Bob. What's up, Bob? And then the other horses down there. Horses are so sick, man. I love them. So cute. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in a minute. I'm gonna get to the spot. Gonna just quantum visualize and listen to some music. Let's do it. What'd I tell you guys? What'd I fucking tell you? Hi, guys. German Shepherd, Australian Shepherd, Border Collie, whatever the fuck. Look at them. They're always just running, full of energy, back and forth along the fence. Look at it. So cute. So yeah, that's the dogs I was talking about. So cute. Anyways, just wanted to show you real quick. Oh yeah, guys, I'm here now at the spot. Oh, it's literally cloudy as hell and windy as hell. There was something in my eye. I had to pour water all over my face. It was annoying. It feels better now, but that shit hurt. Look at that though. And then look at over here. So you make up your mind. You want to be sunny or cloudy? But anyways, we're almost to the spot. I mean, I'm at the spot basically, but I'm trying to go more in underneath the trees and shit. Cause right here, I know it's just a walkway. It's pretty, but it's not where I'm trying to go. Right in there. Let's get it. I gotta piss real quick, so hold up. Alright, we're here. Bro, it's so windy, but because we're like in an area where it's just covered in trees, you don't really feel the wind as much, which is nice. But it feels so peaceful to be in areas like this. I don't know. Peaceful as fuck. It makes you want to fucking get like a foldable chair and just like sit right over here. Anyways, this video, let's get to the lesson or whatever. I don't know. For some reason, in a way, I don't like saying a lesson because like I know I am I guess you could say I'm like a spiritual teacher and shit. But I don't know. I guess an insight, you know, it's an sit down class. I'll give you a lesson, you know. It's more just like here's an insight, a download that I received that I feel like maybe you and other people could benefit from, you know, that would resonate with. So that's really what I mean. But it's like, and it's really that you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your standards. Because once you understand that, you're going to stop relying on motivation and you're going to start changing your baseline. Because most people have goals, you know, they want more money, better habits, a better reality, a better life, whatever, but their standards, they stay the same, you know, they settle for less. They still tolerate distractions. They still accept inconsistency. They still repeat the same patterns that don't serve them, that are draining them, keeping them where they're at. And that's the problem, because goals are temporary. They always switch up, right? There's something that you think about. The goals. But standards are what you live by. You know, they're what you allow, what you're accepting. And they're what you repeat daily, even. And when things get hard, you don't rise to your goals. No, you fall back to your standards, to what you're used to. So, and your results will match if your standards are low. Every time. So, instead of setting bigger goals, raise your standards, raise the bar. You know, what you tolerate, what you accept, what you do consistently. Because that's what's creating a reality. So don't rise to your goals. Fall to your standards. Or sorry, you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your standards. That's what it was. My ears ringing. But anyways, so raise your standards. And like I've said before, I'll say it again. When you settle in one area of your life, you're gonna settle for other areas. You're gonna do the same in other areas, you know? So that's why you can't settle in any area, because all is connected. So in one area, if you're settling, you're gonna settle in other areas, you know what I'm saying? If you settle for a shitty relationship, you're gonna settle because you believe you're worthy of that, and then maybe you can't get better. So that's what you're gonna settle for. You're not gonna wanna, it's gonna be harder for you to be open up to other possibilities, because you're just settling for this one thing that's draining you, and you know it's draining you, but you keep entertaining it because it's what's familiar. But it's like, the more you stick to what's familiar, the longer you're just gonna stay in the same reality. Like, I've always had goals of making these videos and making music, but at the time my standards were just hanging out with friends that had no similar visions as me. They just wanted to sit down and, you know, scroll on their phones and smoke weed and just go to a park and drink alcohol, you know. So all these goals I had, but I was never doing it because my standards were so low. I was accepting the less, you know. I was around people that were draining, that were toxic. This is fun, just hanging, you know what I mean. That was like eating like shit, still kind of am, but you know what I mean. I was even more so eating like shit. I was thinking negative thoughts. I had a shitty perception on myself and reality, because maybe subconsciously I didn't even think that I deserved or even was worthy of being what I wanted to be, which is a content creator, you know. Or now I have a beautiful girlfriend, a beautiful twin flame I met. But before that, like, I was always thinking that I wasn't maybe as attractive as I am. You know, my standards of myself were low, so I would settle for surface level connections when all I've ever really wanted was soulful connections, like I finally found. Thank you, universe. But it's like, in order to even get that soulful connection, I had to go beyond the surface and into my soul, right? And do the things that brought my soul peace and alignment, you know? So I had to do with not entertaining egoic desires like drinking and drugs, or thinking like shit, playing video games all the time, scrolling, consuming, you know, the temporary dopamine. When you do things that feed your soul, not your ego, you're gonna attract soulful things, so relationships, opportunities, whatever. But that all has to do again with raising your standards and not settling for less. You know, like, there's people in shitty toxic relationships. They know that who they're with is toxic, but they settle because they don't want to be alone. So their standards are exactly where they're at. You know, they may have goals to try to be better and get a real healthy relationship, but it stays the same because their standards are low, you know. They'd rather stay with what's familiar. But again, the longer you stay with what's familiar, the longer you're just gonna delay your blessings. So fuck that shit. You don't need familiarity, you need new. It comes to the point where you just need to know that you're worthy and you deserve more. Some self-love, you know, you just need some self-love. And the more self-love you have, the more peaceful you're gonna be, the more attracted you're gonna be to attract that ideal relationship. And the more in peace and alignment with yourself you'll be to attract, to finally be in that reality that you want to be in. Dude, look at all those fucking spider webs, man. It's crazy. You see that shit? Hell no. That's a lot of spider webs. There's probably a shit ton of spiders up there. I should get away from this. Fuck that. I just got the heebie-jeebies. I'm not really scared of spiders or anything, but I just imagined like a shit ton of spiders up there. I'm good. Bro, you see what I mean? It literally looks like it's gonna like rain. Like heavy rain. Oh shit. Move. There you go. See what I mean? Crazy. Anyways, guys. So, quick little video today. Raise your standards, and your goals will follow. It all comes down to what you believe that you're worthy of, and what you believe to be true of yourself and reality. Because it's all going to be reflected back to you, whether you believe it or not. Like, even if you don't believe it, you're going to have that reflected back to you. Because you know what I mean? It's all connected. That's that's what's funny. Like, either way, it's being reflected back to you. So, I love you. Go get that reality that you want. Just get it. It's out there. It exists. You got this. Just do it. Do it. Build the momentum. Have fun with it. It's going to be fun. Trust me. It's all perspective. You could have fun with it. But if you want to see it as so bad and you want to set a false expectation, limitation on yourself that says I can't feel good until it happens, and that's your choice. You create your reality, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to feel good now until it happens, And by doing so, it's going to happen quicker because you know that you're okay without it. So yeah, namaste, lady. I'll see you in the next one.